He played for that, didn't he? Okay, good on. Come on, Paul!
So, gentlemen, I would guess that's perhaps exercise the ghost of Newport, Nuneaton, do you think?
Yeah, pleasing performance for the 80 minutes today. I know Nuns got a few players out, but when we went to their place, we had early on in the season, so on our perspective, just pleasing that we got the win and we got the 5 points, and the performance was much throughout the 80 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's good news. We're building some momentum now into the new year. January's proved to be a good month, and we look to finish that off next week at Sandbach. But I think the most pleasing thing was it was our first real 80-minute performance for some time, and what we did in the first half, we carried on in the second half.
Any standout performance for you today?
I thought across the board the team went well. I thought Nathan Parker had a good game. Alex Hayes, our finisher again, takes his tries well, but generally I think it was a good team performance out there, and for 18 we got the subs on early the second half, give them half an hour game time, and yeah, pleasing performance all round, but yeah, Nathan played well out there today.
Yeah. I think also it was, they never gave up, did they? They tackled and tackled and tackled, and we didn't fall off, we didn't concede, and Henderson, we've got 56 points with no reply. And however many points we score, seeing a nil against the opponents must be very, very encouraging for you guys.
Yeah, I think it's something we talked about during the game, that as much as we wanted to get to 50, keeping them to nothing was a big thing. And I think the pleasing thing, we learned early on to not contest the breakdown. We didn't give penalties away, which didn't give them field position, and actually made it very difficult for them to get in our areas and our zones to score. And they just didn't look like scoring because our defence and discipline was really strong. So that's a big statement, and something we keep on to build on.
Yeah, I mean, for me, our defence this year hasn't been of the required level. We've conceded too many tries on the back end that will score more than the opposition, but we have talked about tidying it up, and we're under no illusions next week at Sandbach. That defence will need to be rock solid, and putting them under pressure, trying to stop them playing. It's a really tough fixture for us next week there, so it's pleasing to see that nil.
Yeah, it is. Sandbach, for whatever reason, always seem to pull it out against the better teams, and it's, as you just said, it's going to be a hell of a test next week.
Yeah, it's a tough game. We've most of the times when we play, they've been nip and tuck, they've been close games, and when we've had to work hard to win, and I don't think that's going to change irrelevant league positions next week. What we've got to do is just keep the momentum and carry forward the good things from this week. Work on some small work-ons across the board, and we won't get carried away because we've got to go there and do a job.
If I can cast your minds back to last season, from that Peterborough loss, we went we won 9 games on the trot. We all know if we win 9 games on the trot, then we're going to the promised land. Is that something you're starting to think about?
No, we're not thinking of that. We consciously said before Christmas, myself and Ingy with the group, that we wanted to get into just one game at a time scenario. I think early on in the season there was a bit of a favouritism with us, probably putting a bit too much pressure on ourselves, and and ultimately it's one game at a time, and the only people in our thoughts next week are Sandbach. We can't look too far ahead. As I said earlier, it's going to be tough up there, and we'll have to be at our very, very best if we want the right result.
We have just noticed that Scunthorpe play Lux next week, so if we get the right result, then something's going to give for those two, isn't it?
Yeah, we just got to look after our business. It really is as much as that. Week to week, take each game on its own merits, and if we do the job next week, that gives us an opportunity the following week. But first and foremost, we've got to focus on Sandwich.
Okay. Right.
Okay then.
Well, I'd like to congratulate you guys. Everybody who's spoken to me said what a cracking game it was and how well we played. So we can't say fairer than that.
Where we take the positives, and there's a lot of hard work now that's needed between now and next week at Sandbach, but pleasing performance for 80.
Yeah, well done everybody.
Thank you. Good stuff.